Breaking news.
Pink Blank is making a comeback
Oh my
after
God, is that
14 months.
Suya?
Do you like K-pop? Yes?
What do you
or
mean
yes?
my bias group just disbanded?
Pop or flop? Boys that sing,
Did
newest
you hear about
comeback.
Worldwide
Is this
Handsom's new
over for
solo?
their careers?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Are you ready to be
K-ANCELED?
Hello everyone, welcome back to K-ANCELED. Today on this podcast, I'll be doing an ASMR kind of style. So if you don't like that, please click away immediately. I'm so sorry. Okay, yes, welcome back to K-ANCELED. This is the podcast where I'll be spilling tea about the latest K-pop news and my crappy takes on the ever-growing industry. My name is Kevin, and I'll be the main host of the show. For updates, go check me out on Instagram at underscore Kevstea. That is spelled Kevstea. I'll be posting about the podcast and other things that I'm working on. Okay, please check me out. Okay, so you may be wondering, what are you doing, Kevin? Why are you doing an ASMR podcast? Well, I'm not sick or anything, but it's more like the reading. Okay, we just had reading week, right? And it was just absolutely hectic. I did not get any work done. But like, I was so tired from school, and like, I think the burnout is really getting to me. And I think, there's no better way than to start off the week to start off school again doing some ASMR, because I need some peace and quiet right now. And after this podcast recording, I need to be doing some phone calls that I'm probably gonna get really worked up over. So I think a podcast that I'm whispering right now can help me lower my energy level. Even though I just had coffee, but it was decaf coffee, so it's okay. Okay, don't worry. Okay, I'll shut up now. So yeah, this is my first time doing this kind of ASMR style podcast. I'm sorry if it's kind of cringe, or if you don't like this kind of thing. But I hope you guys enjoy it either way, because I think I really have a good whispering voice. And I don't know what people do. Do they like stroke the mic or something? Oh god. The mic in 9 months. Oh my god. I don't think I wanted to do an ASMR podcast for a while now, but I think if I were to do this with friends, I think I would actually lose my control and like start shelling out loudly and like laugh really hard. So I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so yes, I'm alone again today. That means we're gonna do some more rambling, and I'm gonna follow up on some stuff that I talked about last time on my solo podcast for this one. And I'm gonna follow up on some stuff that I talked about last time on my solo podcast for this one. And as I was saying, so this is my solo podcast. I had reading week, and I think that like I said, it was pretty unproductive for the most part. I mean, I tried to get work done, but it was not coming to me. But so I need to be productive now. But anyways, so I want to talk about what my experience with solo podcasting is so far. So I've been doing a solo podcast now for I only did one episode of the solo podcast, and now this is my second one, and I actually really enjoy it because I think it helps me practice my content creator voice, or just getting comfortable talking to a camera, and also just being I guess unfiltered in a way on air, and I think that'll help me being more comfortable and just me being an overall better content creator in the future. So yeah, I don't want to whispering, but I feel like I'm losing my voice right now. I hope this is all audible later, otherwise I'm gonna be really upset that this is not gonna work. Okay, but anyway, so I think last time I was on the podcast as a solo, I think I mentioned I am joining a K-pop club within my school, and I don't know how much I updated you guys on that, but I made it in the club and I started making graphics for the club, and it's been really fun so far, talking with other people who are also K-pop related, and I just needed that community at school. And also the graphics that I created, one of them was for a dance workshop, so I'm going to be going to a dance workshop next weekend. Oh hell yeah. It's going to be for, of course, my bias G idol for the song Wife. I cook cream soup, tastes releases. Go, 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 go. And also, Plot Twist by DWS. I'm gonna talk about DWS later in this podcast, and like I'm just gonna keep saying DWS, even though I know it's like there's a specific pronunciation for it, like to us or something, or like I know the entire phrase is like 24/7 with us, but I'm just gonna say DWS to spare my to spare time and also my pronunciation. Okay. Also. Yeah, so going on with this podcast, I'm going to be talking about a few things. So last time I talked about G-Idol's 2 album, and I just wanted to follow up on that because I think like my review was like quite short, so I didn't get out what I fully wanted to say in that podcast. So I'll say now that since that podcast came out, they released a music video for Revenge, and I was not expecting that, but like the music video was really good. I think like my opinion on the song hasn't changed really. I still think it's like the typical like punk rock sound that they're trying to go for at least once every B-side that they have now. And yeah, like the music video was good. Shua in particular really stood out for me because her acting was really good. She had that scene where she had to like bite the first person's like hand, and it was bloody, and it was amazing. And then they also started promoting Fate more, like nanen appen go something sekenika. That's the Korean title. And like I know I said I really enjoyed the song last podcast, but like now that I'm listening to it more and more, like I really like the song, and I think it's like perfect. And I think I hope that's like a direction that G-Idol goes for in the future with like this OST, Japanese style rock music. I think it's like really fun, and also it like fits Soyeon's personality quite well, where you know she's kind of goofy and quirky, and she likes talking about like the more like mundane things in her life. Like I don't know if you guys checked out her solo debut with Beam Beam. Sorry, not her solo debut, her first comeback extended play. Like Beam Beam was like so unserious. It was just about her like starting a burger store or something, and like how like it's not gonna have vegetables in it because she hates vegetables. It's like it's so funny. She's so cute. And I think like G-Idol as a whole as well, like they're like really cute. Despite like, you know, their previous releases like Tomboy and Nude, and now with Super Lady, I think I really like the direction they're starting to go with from Queen Card. So maybe like the next comeback that they do would be more lighthearted, and like more like a simmer pop, because I think that's where I think they found the sound with that, because they had the Dum Dee Dumby at first, which was like the summer pop, and it did pop off in Korea. But now that with Queen Card, I think that really popped off globally, and I hope they keep going in that direction. I also talked about Marry My Husband last episode, and the finale came out, and I just wanted to add my thoughts on that, because like I really liked the drama at first, but then after Yura's character introduction, I think the show really went downhill from there, because the whole premise of the story was seeing how Sumin was gonna get revenge on Jiwon, and Jiwon making sure that Sumin doesn't get that sweet that victory that Sumin craves so badly. Oh my god, I'm so sorry guys, whispering is actually really kind of hard. And so, because Yura was pretty much like another Jibble, but like she was like the evil rich Jibble, it just like threw the story completely out of like the world. But like yeah, it did show how crazy Sumin, like how far she'll go to try to get revenge on Jiwon for having her mom having an affair with her dad. But in the end, like it didn't feel authentic enough in my eyes. Like if she's trying to get revenge, I feel like she wouldn't be using Yura's help to get that revenge, because so far, Sumin has been manipulating everyone to get what she wants, but in this case, it felt more like Yura was manipulating Sumin. I mean, in the end, though, like Sumin got what she wanted. Like she, maybe I'm going on a tangent with this. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Anyways, the ending didn't feel satisfying enough for me. You know, like Jiwon just tossing her around and then telling her she's being recorded, like, feels really anticlimactic, especially since we saw the camera already in the beginning. But also, it was even more anticlimactic because, like, during the part when she broke off the zip ties from her hands, and like it flashed back to the moment when Ji-hyuk was teaching her how to do it, and like I feel like that killed the momentum of the scene. But like overall though, like the drama was good before Yura's introduction, and the way it ended, like, yeah, it was rushed, but I think the thing was okay. It was sad to see Sumin still be like really delusional in the prison scene afterwards, but like I think she got what she deserves. It's what she deserves. But yeah, if you guys are watching, like, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Sumin deserved to go to jail, or like do you think she should have just took Jiwon's fate instead and died? Or can I even talk about this in the podcast? Okay. And also, just wondering, like, what about Min-won? Do you think Min-won deserved to die? Because in my opinion, I think I prefer Min-won passing away. Because I think, like, even if he was in prison, I don't think that would do him justice. And like, if that makes sense, I think him passing is like a better fate for him. And like same with Sumin, I think if she just got to pass away, I think she would never come to realize like she was at fault. Whereas like if she's in prison, like maybe there's like a chance of her not like redeeming herself or anything, but coming to realize or coming to terms with the fact that her dad and her mom was like the one at fault, not Jiwon. But anyways, also, I have in my notes here, Na In-woo is so adorable, the guy who plays Ji-hyuk. Like, I have such a bias toward Cube. Like, he's a Cube actor. Like, what's wrong with me? I can't. So, for this, the rest of the podcast now, I'm gonna be doing, like, this mega review. There was a lot of K-pop comebacks this week. And, like, the previous weeks, we have, like, LESSERAFIM, we have, DWS, we had Twice, and we also had the group that we reviewed last week, Blave. So I'm just gonna be talking like about that real quick, or not real quick, but I'm just gonna be going through every single song that came out. I won't be like necessarily giving it a rating, just because I usually save that for the final music review. So I'm gonna save it for that. Okay. So first, we had DWS's Plot Twist. This one came out around like end of January, and they are another group from HYBE, the subsidiary Playtest, and they debuted with like this fresh spring/summer concept. When I first saw the video, I kind of like cringe. I'm sorry. No offense, right? Because this kind of concept is not what I'm personally into, but it's definitely not new for boy groups, but it's new considering like the atmosphere. The what is it called? That like thing where the trend, like the trend right now for boy groups is like this synthy punk, like guitar riff thing, or like EDM kind of style. But with DWS, like they have this piano. Was there piano? I feel like there was piano. Maybe I'm getting confused with Blave now. Sorry. But it was just like this light and airy concept, and I really like that. Like, and yet the boys are really young, so maybe that's why I cringed a bit, because it's kind of like Necho Taram, so meaning like my first love kind of concept. And I'm expecting the song to like, and it is actually, it's like popping off in Korea right now because it's catered towards like the young female audience. So like they're fangirling really hard, I bet right now. But more about them is like they are a 6-member group. I feel like 6 is such a good number for groups nowadays, and I like that. I don't like groups more than like 7 members because then it's like hard to memorize all the names. But 6 is like a spot, I think. But yeah, anyways, I got to know like a little bit about the members because I was editing some graphics of them, so I just naturally learned like a bit of their names and everything. And so I saw that one of the members, at least for me, like right now, I'm biased towards, I think, Dohoon, or something like that. I bet that's completely off a visual. I think, and I hope he's overage, because if I just mention that on this and he's underage, that's gonna be freaking awkward. But yeah, so the song was alright. I think I'll like, it's not on my playlist right now, but I do play it every once in a while because I do like the outro of the song where it goes like na 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 na, and then it's like na 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 안녕. It's like really cute. Oh god, I'm cringing myself now. Oh, okay, but yeah, Hype is just killing it with their boy groups. Like, I think they're really like the top of the K-pop chain right now. Like, and especially since they have BTS coming back from the military soon. Like, they're gonna pop off. They have like ENHYPEN now, TXT, TWS. What did I not mention? Wait, TXT, ENHYPEN, TWS, BTS. I feel like I'm missing something. 17. Don't kill me, please. I'm so sorry. There might be another one, but like I'm just out of it right now. So if I didn't mention it, I'm so sorry. Don't cancel me. But yeah, like they're killing it, and I hope that they keep producing, debuting. Yeah, I hope they keep debuting like idols with newer and fresher concepts. Or sorry, not fresh concepts, just newer concepts, like just try something new. Personally, I think Hype has a lot of influence, so I really want to see them debut kind of like a more like charismatic and like narcissistic kind of group, like kind of like the like I'm walking like fearlessly kind of vibe. Yeah, kind of like what LESSERAFIM has right now, but just make like a boy group version of it. But yeah, speaking of LESSERAFIM, they had their debut. They had their 3rd mini album, I think, now with Easy. Is a 3rd mini album. Fearless, Anti-Fragile, Unforgiven was an album. So yeah, 3rd mini album, Easy. This was definitely like a new sound from them. I don't think we've heard anything like this from them since their debut, but I did not like it at first. It sounded very low energy. It didn't sound like they put effort into the song, which now looking back, I mean, like that doesn't even make sense, Kevin. But after a few more listens, like I really like it now. I think it's a good break from the typical sound that LESSERAFIM has done, which is these really like loud or addictive bass EDM kind of thing. Like with Fearless, they had like that bum 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 bum, and then Anti-Fragile is like anti-t-t-t, like that like reggae sound. And then with Unforgiven, like, I think Unforgiven was their more forgettable title track, but it was still like it had like that country kind of guitar riff to it. And now with Easy, it has this I don't know, like I've seen some comments saying it's like Afro beats kind of vibe, which is definitely new for me. I listened to some like American African hip hop music, but I didn't know like this was the term for it, Afro beats. Maybe that's like a big generalized term for it, but I'll have to do some more research into that later. So yeah, it was really cool to hear this new side of them. I also checked out like the rest of rest of the mini album. And Smart was a good song too. It sounded like these songs have like reminiscence a lot with like Doja Cat for me. Like that was like the first initial impression that I got when I listened to like the entire album. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you know, I like the music, so I like the music. The choreo for Easy is also quite fun. I'm trying to learn it right now. They have this move where it's like it goes over the chest and then swings out and then over the chest. Like I really like these flow kind of movements and then like a quick like pop out, you know. Yeah, so I'm gonna be geeking out and trying to learn the choreo for that, and hopefully there's like a workshop for that later for my school. Okay, oh, I'm running out of breath. Okay, and then we had Plav's Wait For You. This actually came out this morning. It came out at around like 4 a.m. In Eastern Standard Time, and I didn't check it out because I had to go to sleep for school, but I listened to it on my way to school this morning, and it was interesting. It's kind of similar to like LESSERAFIM, where like immediately upon listening, I had this impression of the sound that they were going for, and this was like the first word for me, country. I just thought this was like a country beat or something. Like I don't know what was going on. I was like, oh, they're going Yamo now. I should probably cut that out. They were like going for their Miley Cyrus face. Oh my god, I need to take a break. Yeah, so it was giving country, and it was like kind of magical country. I think I just invented that term. It's magical country. I didn't get to listen to the B-sides that much, but just from the title track alone, it's my... I might need to listen to it more, but right now it's sitting at like the bottom because they had the Sixth Summer. That's my favorite one, and then we had Wait For You. That's my second favorite, and that was their debut song. And now this one is like sitting at the end. But I think as I listen to it more and more, I'll get into it. And also because when I was looking at it, I only got to see like the lyrics once or twice, so I don't know like the full story of the song yet. And I think that's really important, especially since they write their own music. So I need to like look at that later. Right now, like I said, right now it's sitting like the last for me. I mean, they're even like their B-sides that they had for like the other tracks are higher than this song right now. So hopefully it's a grower. But the music video was pretty. I still prefer like the 2D animation style with like just from the Sixth Summer. So I'm not like a fan of like the CG ones, but you know, it's okay, whatever. And then finally, wow, we had Twice's One Spark. Burning. This was a pretty good song. The song was very beautiful, just like I Got You. I had this thought about Twice for a while now, and the direction of the songs that they've been going for is like, it's more westernized now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it really feels like they kind of don't care too much about like the Korean audience anymore, and they just want to like reach out to international audiences as much as they can. And you know, I think that's fair given that they're now in their 8th year or 9th year even of their since debut. So I think like it's nice to see that they've matured their sound, and also like them as women, they like also matured, because I seen like some interviews where they said like, oh, like some of the songs that they sung before, like it makes them cringe because it's like aegyo, it's cute, but now it's like it still has like a bit of that cuteness that makes Twice, but it's elegant cuteness. I think I invented a new phrase again. Okay, let me ASMR that. Elegant cuteness. Yes. This is is not my favorite song of them, obviously. Fancy and like Feel Special are like more of my favorite songs from them. But this is like, it's pretty solid. I'm sure this will be a great song to sing at their concert, and hopefully I get to go to their concert again if they come to Toronto again. And also, like, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I liked I Got You more. But they're both on the same vibe of like a great car ride song, which I think a lot of people enjoy that. Their last comeback from Pentagon was like, I think, feeling like, you got me feeling like, yeah, or what was the name? I Invite You. I think that was what it's called. And like, it was pretty much produced like almost all the tracks, or has some credits on there, and I really enjoyed his music. So, like, talk about for this podcast, right? And I was like, oh, he came back. Oh my god, I love him. Okay, so, and he was actually like one of my favorites from Pentagon too. I think my bias was like Honsok, because he was like pretty, and he was also pretty funny. I was like Yanan, but yeah, Usok was definitely on my bias record, or like top bias as well. So, so he debuted with, and there was also Sketch. So I'm gonna be reviewing Navy Blue. So Navy Blue is a song about, and it's actually my interpretation of it, because the song came up yesterday, and since he's not like that big of an artist, after debut, you know, it's Pentagon didn't have like the best career after Shine and like Dawn leaving the group, but so like this comeback wasn't like promoted too heavily. Even like the music video wasn't like, obviously you could tell it's not like high budget, but either way, like the song itself was really good. The song is about my interpretation is about the blue sky, the navy blue sky that you look up to when you're like feeling sad. And yeah, he talks about like the navy blue sky, how it gives him like this feeling of longing, and he feels like lonely looking at it. He has many dreams and desires, but you know, upon looking at this blue sky, he's killing me. It's so good. There was this specific part in the song where, like, I think it's like the chorus, where it's like da na 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 na, and like the melody is just so beautiful. I really don't have that much to say about it, because the song is just like, when you listen to it, you just feel overwhelmed with like this emotion of sadness, but it's like a good kind of like a bittersweet feeling almost, where you feel like you're about to cry, and like you could just lie on the ground and just like feel like the wind blowing, and like that's the vibe I kind of get. It's a perfect song to cry. Then when he like whispers it, or like normal sings, it sounds like there's like a little bit of like aggression, but it sounds like he's been through a lot of stuff, and like it's really tough for him to sing it. So the emotions, even though like I didn't know the Korean lyrics obviously, right, but even just upon first listen, I felt really emotional listening to it. And I think that's the kind of song that like should get attention and get recognition for, because these kind of songs, I always say this, but I think music should be like, you don't need to communicate necessarily here. Obviously that's not for all music, but for this kind of song where it's supposed to be sad, but it's also supposed to be kind of bittersweet, like I think he really nailed it there. So I don't have too much to say from there, but I'll give it my rating. So I normally have like Skip, Let It Play, Head Bop, Earworm, and Runway Status. And like Runway Status wouldn't be like necessarily appropriate for this song, because it's also the kind of song where you have to be in the right mood to listen to it. Because if I'm feeling like super happy and energetic, I'm not necessarily want to listen to this song. But if I'm feeling like just like a bit moody, or like even I listened to the song on the way here to school today. It's like a great wake up song. It's like still playing in my head right now. I think I'm gonna really try to learn the lyrics for this and like sing to it. If you guys, I never done like a cover before, but if you guys want to hear that from me, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do an ASMR cover. So yeah, and that finally leads on to the last part, which is the spicy question. So the spicy question I have for this podcast is, how do I feel about K-pop idols writing their own music, and is it actually important for idols to have credits on their song? So I think that, you know, there's been kind of a trend going on nowadays where, you know, idols get praised just simply because, you know, their name is on the credits, and you know that it's obviously like a great achievement for them, and like that's really a good thing to celebrate, because that means like, you know, they have like input on what goes into the song, and also it shows like their penmanship, also shows their like artistry and creativity that they probably wanted to express ever since debut. But also now I feel like it's becoming kind of like a toxic thing, but maybe that's just coming from me because I'm chronically online, so I see what people are saying like on Twitter and TikTok and like Reddit all the time, and like sometimes like this is just completely a fan thing. Okay, this is not against the idols, where like the fans will like boast so hard about their faves being producers and like songwriters, but like it's like so what, you know, so what? Like I know that's rich coming from someone who stands G-idol, who like writes their entire music and everything, but you know it's different when like you're writing songs for a beat side and then like you're writing songs for the title track. Like in this case, like I'm not sure if LESSERAFIM had credits for Easy, but I know like they have songs and credits and other things, right? And especially with Yeonjun, I know like the stuff that she releases, she writes all entirely by herself. Like I think like that's impressive, okay? But like writing lyrics just like after you've been giving like the melodies and like the beat, like I feel like that's not necessarily something to be like, you have to be so cocky about to like boost your faves because of that. However, I do think it's important for idols to like get that experience with writing, especially if they enjoy the art and the artistry of that. But I think there shouldn't be any expectations for idols to write their own music, because like idol is, the word idol is just like a broad term for like singers and dancers who are also entertainers, right? Whereas like artists are actually like, you know, they write their own music, they write their own raps, they write the melodies, they compose the song, you know, like so not do all those things, right? But like if you're considering yourself as an artist, if these idols are labeling themselves as artists, then like I think that like should be the expectation, where they should be writing their own songs and they should be making their own music, and they should have like a lot of say in like the creative direction as well. So that's just my take on it. That's probably a really spicy take, but yeah, if just summarizing that, like, so pretty much idol, you could sing, dance, and entertain. Good, okay, you're not expected to write. But if they themselves are labeling themselves as artists, then that's when like they should be, the expectation should be, right, make your own music, you know? I don't know, maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. That's my opinion. Don't cancel me. And I think that's why like I stand G-idol so much, because, you know, not only do they write their own B-sides, but like Soyeon has such a big say in like creative direction, what the concept is gonna be, how the how the song is gonna sound like, how the song is gonna be promoted. Like I think at that point, like she's like reaching beyond artistry, but like management. Like, Cube, what are you doing, Cube? So check me out on my social media. Once again, it's at underscore Kev's T. And yeah, make sure you follow the podcast. And let me know what you want me to do for next week. Because honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do for next week. Okay, save me. Okay.